My music is a journey through my spiritual walk. Every note, every lyric, every genre beautifully blends together and expresses how I learn to love, trust, create, and live. Most importantly, I've grasped what it means to live in the world while not being of it. What makes that valuable is all that can be gained, peace and joy through any situation. How we feel shouldn't be based on our situation. It should be based on our relationship with God. Real Christianity means being all that He's called us to be. In a nutshell, it's running music for the Christian walk.
Podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. Today and every day, reaching out for innovative ideas in every way. Today's show is brought to you by your future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee. Make a better each day now, baby. Better in every way.
So glad you are listening, and welcome to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with guest Christa Deánā. Krista comes from the Singing Planet, and she is talking to us from Philadelphia about her life and songwriting. She is currently working on her soon-to-be-released album of her namesake, and she took a few minutes to share her thoughts. Christa Deánā, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Bruce?
I'm great, and I'm really excited to talk about your music and listen to some of it, and listeners want to know more about you. Could you give us a little bit about your backstory?
Yeah, sure. So music was always a very, very integral part of my community and how I expressed myself. My parents actually met in a band. My mom was a singer, and my dad played bass or keys or saxophone, just kind of fooled around and things like that. And they were also really involved in the church, so they did pass on to me Christianity, but not in a religious, check the rules kind of way. It was always like do you like this story? Do you like what he has to offer? Like, do you like him as a person? Like, do you want to have a relationship with him kind of thing? So from those two standpoints, it really, really shaped how I expressed myself and how I got things off my chest. I was always arranging, and I started writing from 11, and just haven't stopped since. It's just really always meant a lot to me.
What records were you listening to? What kind of stuff? I suppose I should say CDs. But wherever you...
Well, no, records. When you say records, the one that does come to mind is Joe Sample, U-Turn. My dad had that record on nonstop because jazz was always his thing. So there was a lot of jazz in the house, a lot of jazz.
That's good. Your music reflects a rainbow of music, all kinds of influences. You have gospel rap, and I see that you've done stage production music like Pirates of Penzance.
Mm-hmm.
You've done a little bit of everything. And do you teach music?
I do. I went to school to receive my music education degree, and I was teaching throughout college, and I taught right out of college as well.
What do you advise the youngsters? Do you have any special message you like to give them?
Oh my goodness, so many things. I am a mom and I am an older sister with my students. No matter where distance takes us, we are always connected, and I always encourage them to believe in their gift and what they have to offer. Just because it's so easy to get caught up in other people's definitions of what successful is or what talented is. So I make sure that they are open to trying new things, not afraid to fail, but also understanding their strengths and playing on those to enjoy the arts and enjoy expressing themselves.
I read somewhere, if you could have breakfast or lunch with somebody, Kelly Clarkson is who you selected. And I love what you said.
Yeah.
She knows exactly when to be subtle and when to show off. I thought that's great.
Oh, yeah, it's so true. I really love the how much she's grown since she's been on American Idol.
Yeah.
I just think she's great. I think once the right people recognize her, we could be hearing about her name for years to come along with any of the other greats. I really do. I have high respect for her.
Yeah, so do I. That has to do a lot for your confidence when you win something like that. And I think there's so much talent on there.
How can you lose from getting exposure, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, I guess. You said it much more eloquently than I did. Let's talk about a couple of your songs here. And you wrote all these songs. I think that's remarkable. If God Doesn't Want It, tell me about that one.
Well, that one, I think out of all of them is the most bizarre story just because that is my youngest, if you will. I wrote that song when I was 13.
Oh.
And I know, yeah, that's the reaction I get because it's like, what was a 13-year-old thinking about this kind of message? But I don't know. It just kind of hit me. It just made sense to me. Now, I would say the verses weren't as deep, and the chords were definitely different, but that chorus was there. That chorus hasn't changed at all. And then I revamped it when I was 16, added a little bit more depth to the verses, and it had more of a pop sound, I would say. And then as of recently, this past summer, I was getting ready to go on tour in Florida, and I asked my husband, you know, I don't know why, but the song is coming back to me. Can you just give it like a really cool hip-hop authoritative feel, like make it be something that everyone can sing along to but have parts that they can jam to kind of thing? And this was his first experience with producing, so I didn't really know what to expect. And I came back, and I was absolutely blown away. And I was like, you know what, you should rap on it. So that's actually him rapping on it as Young One. And we are blown away with how it's turned out.
Yeah, it's really something. You were 13, you said?
Yeah.
What would the 13-year-old Krista say if she heard that now?
Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of things that 13-year-old Krista would just be flabbergasted by. Just so many things. I would have never expected it to take this turn. It was really different. As a matter of fact, I should release it and give people a good laugh at some point.
If God doesn't want it, then I don't. I guess it just ain't for me. Listen, I used to think I knew what was best for me, praying and asking on my bended knee. Then I learned to pray and trust in your word. As I lift my voice, this is what I heard. If God doesn't want it, then I don't want it. I refuse to complain about what he hasn't given me. If it's not from my Father, then it's from the enemy. God always does what's best for me. Put it in his hands, leave it be. I heard it clearly that night. I lift my voice. I'm committed, you'll always be my choice. I only want the things you want for me. Yeah, I'll seek you first. The rest is history.
Should have had it, yeah, you're charismatic, and I always want your will to be leading me. Take away the feelings and the thoughts of me thinking that'll surely be conceding me. I don't want to do this alone, cause I don't condone the evil that'll prevent me from bringing me home. I'm like a lamb to the slaughter. Save me from my thirst to death, continue seeking for that ever-living water. Put a stop to whatever's not yours, Lord. I'm only in it cause I wanna be on one accord. I got the Holy Spirit in me, he's my shooting sword. I know that death's not the plan that you store, so I know that you're the life giver. Mercy and forgiveness for a low life sinner like me. I don't want it if I know it's gonna be tempting me. Show me the path that you know what's only meant for me.
If God doesn't want it,
Then I don't want it. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want
if
it.
God doesn't want it, I refuse to complain about what He hasn't given me. If it's not from my Father, it's from the enemy. God always does what's best for me. Put it in His hands, give me. If God doesn't want it, I don't want it. I refuse to complain about what He hasn't given me. If it's not from my Father, it's from the enemy. God always does what's best for me.
Leave it be, yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, another song, You Amaze Me. Another original.
Yeah, so the story behind that one, I was actually in high school and I just received my very first MacBook and I was losing my mind because there's GarageBand on it. And I actually take it way back. I used to use Cakewalk with my dad. And so when I finally got my own laptop, my own MacBook, and I had GarageBand, I was able to take full reign on what I was hearing in my head. And so You Amaze Me, when I was 16 as well, I started dabbling with the production part. The chords are the same, the lyrics are the same, the melody is the same. It is honestly really, really close to the original. And then on the EP, they decided that, hey, this is a really good one, we should record it. So it was a blast. It was really, really fun to finally get that one done.
You originally put it together on GarageBand, though?
I did.
That's pretty good.
I sure did.
You know, I have that software. It came with my Mac, and I never use it.
Oh, you should. It's so much fun, and it's really intuitive.
Okay, you're saying that even I can work it?
Yeah. Definitely. Hey, I didn't know a thing. And when I gave it to the team that I previously worked with, they were like, you know what, for pre-production, that's pretty good. And it helped them to match my vision with the song that we hear on the EP today. So, hey, you never know.
Okay.
I should try it.
If you say to do it, you know, I've used several programs and stuff to record with, but I'll try a GarageBand, and if somebody asks why I'm doing it, I'll say, Christa Deánā told me to do it. She said I could do it, so that's why I'm, that's
There
why
you go.
That's why I'm using it.
Look out my window, see the wind blow through the trees out on my doorstep, and my hair blows through the breeze. Look up to the sky, now your love has captured me. See what you created for me, because you love me. My days aren't perfect, but I know you're always there through your creation. You show me that you care, even
Jesus, not only because you first loved me, but because of who you are. There is no one greater, Lord, you are my heart. And so I sing the song to you. When I think about you, I can't help but say that I love you. I only wish to serve and always represent you in all I do. I love when you embrace me, cradle me in your arms always. I praise you for who you are, not only for what you do. You amaze me. I can't help but say I love you.
Okay, let's move on to Revive Me.
Yeah, so this story is a little bit more, I would say, complex and relatable in the sense because I feel like a lot of people do go through this phase where they feel like they build and build and build, and they have their goals and they have their plans, and out of nowhere something just kind of comes and knocks it down, and you're just like, okay, what now? When I was studying in Michigan, in school, I began to get really, really sick. They found a lump on my thyroid, and they discovered I had hypothyroidism, and it was just to the point where I could no longer do the part-time teaching I was doing, could no longer go to classes, and just little by little, I was just in bed, just sick. And so very close to the end of the school year, as a matter of fact, of my fourth year, I had to leave everything. And it was on the plane ride home in tears that I began hearing the entire song in my head and just wrote it out as therapy. So even now, it's very hard for me to perform that song without getting emotional because it came from a very deep place. But I'm grateful for that experience and for what came out of it, because every time I perform that song, somebody is able to tell me their testimony and why that was relatable and why they needed to hear that. So, all things work together. Nothing happens without a reason.
Yeah, that's so true. Was that a song you just wrote quickly? It just wrote itself, kind of a song, or?
Absolutely. Yeah, it came to me in probably about 20 minutes.
That's amazing. It's funny how that works. And then the songs you work on, and that one just wrote itself.
What are you doing upstairs? Should I trust you while I watch you turn everything around in a way I didn't plan? What are you doing upstairs? Should I sit back and relax while I hold back tears? I'm concerned that my faith is wavering, but I know you know best. And all I ask is revive me, transform me. The plan you have for me is exactly what I need. Remold me, recreate me. Even if I don't know how, I can pray and ask you to revive me. What are you thinking up there? Did you decide that there's something in me that's worthwhile and will be revealed? What are you thinking up there? Do you trust me enough to try me again? I know that you'll help to put things back together. You're working on me, and I choose to cry. Revive
Shake me, break me, speak to me, stop me, protect me, never reject me, oh Lord. I need you to revive me, transform me. The plan you have for me is exactly what I need. Remove me, recreate me. Even if I don't know how, I can pray and ask you to revive me, transform me. The plan you have for me is exactly what I need. Remove me, recreate me. Revive me.
On behalf of all my listeners and myself, I want to wish you a very good future, and I'm sure it's there waiting for you.
Thank you, Bruce. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
And we'll definitely be in contact for
Okay.
when the album comes out.
You got it. All right. I'm excited.
Take care.
You too.
Support for Better Each Day comes from BruceHilliardHomes.com. For a better day in buying or selling a home, search BruceHilliardHomes.com or visit our website Better Each Day for more information. And while you're there, subscribe to the show. It's free. That's BruceHilliardHomes.com, Windermere Real Estate, and make it better each day.
You've been listening to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. We'll be back with a new horizon, but until then, honor the future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee.
And we're all just trying to make the next day a bit better.
Dear Sam, you don't even know who I am. Dear Sam, I'm writing as good as I can. I guess I'm writing a letter to you. Dear Sam, I saw you on the telephone. You know you look real pretty in your social media, Facebook potpourri. Dear Sam, not a stereotypical girl. White-laced, a selfie with a crazy face. Imagine a girl named Sam Dear Sam, I saw you on the telephone. You know you look real pretty in your social media, Facebook profile. Alone, I read it in your diary. Oh no, you left it for the world to see. You show it so obviously. Dear Sam, I saw you on the telephone. Tried to write you a letter to make you feel better, but I don't know what to do. Dear Sam, and over again. Dear Sam, I saw you on the telephone. You know you look real pretty in your social media, Facebook profile. Dear Sam, I ran out of words to say. It's okay, it doesn't matter anyway. A hopeless romantic I am. Dear Sam, I saw you on the telephone. You know you look real pretty in your social media, Facebook profile. Dear Sam,